Hey YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you haven't been here before. This channel is called There Has to Be Something More, and I'm your humble host, Scott Moore. I'm here with one of my babies. This is Maddie, aka Matilda, and we're just out for a walk this morning. It has been 1 year since we moved to Xela, and it has just absolutely flown by. But gosh, what a great choice. When we were first researching Guatemala, we really just thought it would be kind of another. We had lived in Costa Rica before. We lived in Nicaragua. We just thought it was going to be kind of similar, and we were headed to Antigua and Lake Atitlan because that's all anybody ever talks about. And just accidentally stumbled upon a couple of videos on YouTube that were talking about Quetzaltenango, and I really couldn't find hardly anything, and I kept thinking, this place sounds fantastic. The weather's perfect, better than Antigua, better than Lake Atitlan, at least for us, because it's a little bit cooler. So we just kind of stumbled across it, and we kept looking and looking. There was not hardly any information. We thought, well, the temperatures are so fantastic. I mean, exactly what we love. We're just going to go check it out. And second largest city in Guatemala, perfect weather. I mean, the highs every day are like mid 60s to low 70s. The lows during the year go from low 40s to mid 50s. So everybody here, I mean, like right now, it's pretty cool. So we sleep with a couple of blankets, but nobody here has heat. Nobody here has air conditioning. It's just, and that's one of our big things. After living in Florida for so long, and Lydia growing up in Corinto, Nicaragua, which is even hotter than Florida, we just did not want a hot place. So cool weather was one of the big things for us. But just thought I'd kind of run over a few things after 1 year. And I'm going to kind of take these one at a time, and I'm going to do a video probably on maybe on each kind of category. But the first one is just cost of living. And these are just kind of general thoughts. We already covered weather. It's just perfect every day. I mean, if you can see here, it is just absolutely sunny, beautiful, cool breezes in the mountains. I'm sitting here just staring at all the mountains around me. It's hard to believe we live in such a beautiful place. Cost of living, though, you can really do it on the cheap. I mean, if I was here by myself, single, no dogs, no wife, I think I could easily live here on $1,000 a month. We run about $1,600 a month if we don't include anything for the dogs. We don't include, because not everybody has dogs, so we don't include like vet bills, dog food. We cook for ours. They get dry food as a snack, but we cook chicken and rice and different things like that. But $1,600 is about what we spend if we don't include any of the dog stuff, any begging strips, dog treats, anything like that. Next one, safety. And it's funny because, I talk with friends and family, and they're like, aren't you worried about being in Guatemala? How safe is it? And again, Quetzaltenango is a city of about 1 million people, second largest city in Guatemala. So it's not a tiny little town, and but we feel extremely safe here. It's not a perfect place, but if there's a homicide here, it's big news. I mean, it's not like being in the States where, in the big cities, they may have 30, 40, 50 people shot to death. So we feel very safe here. We walk around pretty much everywhere. There's a couple neighborhoods that we stay away from, especially at night, although maybe one of the reasons we feel so safe is because we're home at dinner time and hanging out with the dogs and watching, YouTube or whatever we're doing, reading, or we just feel like it's very safe. There's no, I watch a lot of U.S. news, so there are no terror attacks here. There are no school shootings here. I mean, it's a pretty mellow place, and people are very nice. So next one I would say is walkability. And this is one that I see in some of my favorite videos that are showing you different cities, is how easy is it to walk around. Xela is a really, really walkable city. I mean, you can, especially if you're in the right zone, and I'm going to talk about that here in a minute, but like before we lived in zone 1, that's the main, in zone 1 I think would probably be my #1 spot if I was going to tell somebody where to look, because you can, if you can walk to Central Park, you're right there at the huge Mercado, you can go get your fruits and veggies. I mean, you can pretty much get everything right there just by walking around. Bakeries, you know, anything you need. You can hop on a microbus, and for, you know, 35 cents, you can be out to any one of the 3 big modern malls, Walmart. So zone 1 is really, really convenient. And we may be moving back to downtown here after a while. We have to read through our contract here, but I believe after 6 months, we can leave. We leave our security deposit behind if we don't stay for a whole year. Security deposit is about $500, but I don't know. This is a great place for some people, I think, because it's super quiet, super secure. There's no street dogs around. There's, you know, security guards everywhere. To get in here is, you know, you can't just walk in here or drive in here. So very, very secure, very quiet. You don't hear a lot of the fireworks and things like that you do downtown a lot. So quiet, safe, secure, everything you need here. I mean, we have a 24-hour vet here in Xela Gardens, so we can call anytime, day or night. Doctors, actually, across the street from us and beside us, both of our neighbors are doctors. One, the husband and wife, are both doctors, and one, the husband's a doctor on the other side. So we've got doctors covered here. This is a very upscale area, so if you're kind of looking around, Xela Gardens probably should be one place you might want to check out just to see if it's your thing. Challenges. Well, let me do this one first. Money saving. Just the best small. This is not anything big, but we were probably spending $50 a month on bottled water because we got the big 5-gallon jugs, and we weren't sure if it would. The water here is, I would not recommend drinking it. I put it in some food months and months ago and got really, really sick eating it. It was purely by accident. I just wasn't thinking, and I put tap water in some food that I was making, and it was not good. I mean, it was an immediate reaction. So bottled water, but grab yourself, go to Walmart or one of these places, Samaco, and get an eco filter. Costs you about 350 Q, which is, I don't know, $45, and it'll filter your water for 2 years before you need to replace the filter. So I would grab one of those first thing. Apparently we were some of the only expats that didn't know about that after getting on some of the expat Facebook groups. But eco filter for sure, save you a little money, just makes things easier. You don't have to move around those 5-gallon jugs of water all the time. Probably the one challenge that I would say may be healthcare. And so here you get private or public. Public is free. So, you know, you can go into like the general hospital. Now, we've never done it, but they say public is free. So you can go in there and get treated. You may have to wait. I just don't know what it would be like. We just try to stay as healthy as we can. But the private is costly. So if you go to like a private clinic, or like La Paz, we hear is one of the best hospitals around here, it's not super cheap. This is not like Thailand cheap. So, you know, check that out. What are the options? Well, we can't find what we were interested in is finding catastrophic. We don't mind paying small things out of pocket. We just didn't want to get hit with big giant things. Cancer, heart operations, you know, needing to go in for surgery. But so far, we have not found out anything about catastrophic insurance. Maybe international insurance might be the answer. Maybe Medicare might be the answer. Now, we're not old enough yet. I'm 62, Lydia's 57. So we've got a long time till we're both at 65 years of age. So, you know, is Medicare the answer at that point? Maybe. You know, if we had time, we could always fly back, maybe stay with one of the girls if we needed to, you know, spend a couple weeks there or something. The other answer is like in Nicaragua, a lot of people in Nicaragua, a lot of expats, when they have a big problem, they fly to Colombia. Colombia has really, really good hospitals. And of course, here closer to us would be Costa Rica. So we could go there, but you know, then you'd have to figure out, am I paying out of pocket? Do I want to buy insurance in another country? Kind of crazy things like that. So, but you know, Medicare might be an option, but then you have to have the time to get over there once you find out something's wrong. If it's an emergency and you're here and all of a sudden it's like, okay, you need surgery right now, if you go to a private place, it's going to cost you. So that's one of the big challenges here, I would say. Overall, you know, I give Xela a 9.5 out of 10. I don't know, it'd be hard to give any place a 10, but we really, really love it here. Please take a minute to like and subscribe. We are at somewhere around 910 subscribers. One of the big goals for YouTube is to hit 1,000 subscribers. So if you could please just take a minute, if you're not subscribed, hit that button, hit the like button, make a comment down below. If you have any questions, I try to answer all of them. And just remember, if you need an adventure, there has to be something more.